So help me understand the strategic thinking here, this decision to engage the biggest of big businesses in Georgia to try to get them on your side on this.
You know, corporations have a responsibility. That they have a responsibility. We work there, we serve on their boards, we're actually consumers. You know, Black people in the state of Georgia, we consume $106 billion a part of the economy here. And so we think that they have a civic responsibility. This is an attack on Black voters, but this is also an attack on democracy. And so what we're saying is this is a prime opportunity. Many of these companies like Coca-Cola ran campaigns last year saying that they were standing with the Black community and Black Lives Matter movement around racial equity and racial justice. And we're saying that this right here is a prime opportunity for them to stand up, use their leverage power, and really push and stop these bills that will roll back voting access up until from Reconstruction. And so we're calling them the question that it should be a opportune time for them to really stand up, use their power, and stand for what they know is the right thing to do.
And how open are their doors as you and your colleagues are starting to push on them now? As you say, a lot of these corporations have been trying to have a public face that is progressive, that is inclusive, that does identify with movements for justice, particularly around racial justice. Does that mean that they are more receptive to this kind of message, to this kind of pressure? Are they hearing you?
You know, we think that they need to respond much stronger. Where there have been a couple of comments, a couple of statements, that's not enough. We need to see action, that we know that they have the political leverage. They have the leverage to really be able to put pressure. When you look at those bills, when you look at the Senate bill that passed on Monday, ironically, the same day that we were celebrating the 56th anniversary and commemoration of Bloody Sunday, that literally when you look at it only passed by one vote. We know that Coca-Cola and Aflac and UPS and Southern Company, all of those companies have a tremendous amount of political access and leverage power. And so we're not seeing the kind of action, the kind of pressure we think we need to see, including the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, to really say this is not going to happen in our state, because ultimately democracy is good for business.
It's interesting to hear you push it down that many levels in terms of what you want to see for them, because I do think that we can see that they want the public relations credit for being on the right side of issues like this. But as you point out, just saying you're on one side of this isn't nearly enough in a fight like this, which is going to be lost unless something changes in terms of the momentum. You think that these businesses could become active participants in the process. They could bring their lobbying skill, strength, and money to bear to really put political pressure here. And it's not essentially that they're already willing to pay lip service. But in terms of actually doing the work to stop these bills, you're not really getting anything from them yet. Is that fair?
Absolutely, Rachel. You know, when we think about Let's think about what happened with the bathroom bill in North Carolina. It was because of corporate pressure that bill was killed. When you go back and you look at even the abortion bill that was proposed a few years ago here in Georgia, it was corporate pressure along with community organizing that killed that bill. And so we're saying, as we live in a community together, that we are consumers, that we know this is the right thing to do. Is all predicated on a big lie, on a lie that Trump told. But then what we're seeing is these punitive efforts for Black voters for using their civic responsibility. And so we believe that corporations also have a responsibility to stand along with the communities that support them. Just as we support them, we expect them to support us. It's not good enough for us just to watch a commercial. They want us to buy a Coke, right? And so we're saying the same thing. It's not just good enough to actually say that you're going to do a statement. We want to see you use the full political power that you have and your leverage and stand strong with what you know are racist and anti-democratic bills.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank all of you out there.
Thank you as always.
Thanks to you at home.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for letting us into your homes during these extraordinary times.